Hey there. Last week, I talked a bit about virtual backgrounds, why they matter, and how you can choose more wisely when it comes to creating your virtual presence. I alluded to other aspects of effective virtual communication as far as your tech setup that add to your visual virtual presence, like lighting and framing. This week, I wanted to give a few more suggestions around that. Framing. You want to be at eye level, your face centered, and in the upper third of your screen. You do not want to be off to one side. You also don't want your head to be cut off, or alternatively, be so low that it appears that people are looking over you. I've seen this and a lot worse, and it's not just because people are slouching down in their chairs, it's the way that their camera angle is set. The issue that I have with this is that this particular view will automatically put you in a perceived place of inferiority. You want to be the focal point for the viewer and take up the most attention on the screen. Ideally, we do want to see some upper body, not just what I call the floating head, where the frame starts at the chin and then goes up. Seeing more of the upper body allows more of that more like the real thing feel that we are looking to accomplish in influential virtual communications. Being able to see things like your hand gestures, even if it's a slight move in your chair or a lean forward towards the computer. These things all help with the meta communication that is responsible for adding meaning and feeling to the words that you're actually speaking. If you're on a laptop, I would suggest getting a laptop riser or simply using a stack of books, stacking them to an appropriate height where your camera is just at eye level. This will absolutely help with framing and ensure that your audience isn't, looking up underneath you, but also isn't looking down on top of you either. Speaking of cameras, I've seen some in the last couple weeks that I'm taking issue with. While they are high tech and have got the HD features, they have this fishbowl effect. It is not advocating for you. It's instead working against you. It's distorting the image and draws attention away from you as the speaker. And this again is increasing that degree of separation that's already naturally occurring between you and your listener simply because you are on a virtual chat, and reinforcing that this is not a real interaction. If at all possible, find a flat camera lens. And one more tip for today, lighting. You want to be front lit, not side lit, and especially not backlit. You can certainly have light coming from those various sources. For instance, like the lamp that I have on behind me, or the natural light that's coming in through my windows in my office. However, the lighting in front of you needs to be the brightest light of all. You can't see it, but I do have a light source in front of me that I make sure is brighter than the light behind me or to the side. A ring light is great. You can adjust brightness and warmth, and they come as a clip-on or as a standalone on the floor. I'll place some of my suggestions in the comments. Alternatively, just a regular lamp will do you. Ideally, you want it in front of and coming up over your computer screen. Depending on whether you're on a laptop or desktop, you can place a table lamp behind your computer on the table, or just pull a tall standing lamp from another room in your space, place it on the floor in the front of your desk. There's always a lot of options that are effective and inexpensive. It just takes getting a bit creative. Using things like a clean background, a table lamp, and a stack of books, you can create a better virtual presence for yourself. Next week, we are going to carry on with the theme of effective communication for virtual conversations when we talk about virtual voice and what aspects of verbal communication you should be leveraging for more impactful virtual communications. Have a good week.